Let's talk a little bit further on Labour's leadership change. The Labour Party says donations have been pouring in since Jacinda Ardern was chosen as the leader on Tuesday. Let's talk about this further with Labour's campaign manager, Andrew Curtin. He's in the Wellington studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you were listening to Stephen Joyce and the interview just the other side of the headlines. What did you think about his tone? Does he sound worried?
Oh, look, I mean, Stephen's, a really clever guy. He's been very successful over the last 9 years. But I was in the Beehive during the 2008 campaign, and we were saying some very similar things against Mr. John Keys. So it's not surprising that he's taking that tone of downplaying it. We are the underdogs, and we've got a challenge here. We've got to lift our poll up. I agree with Mr. Joyce on that. MMP is about lifting your own vote up, and that's our challenge, and that's our task, and that's how we're re-energised, and we're going to focus on that.
But do you think that the National Party is scared of Jacinda Ardern and her appeal in a way that they weren't scared of Andrew Little?
Look, I think they're taking another look at things, and they're thinking we're not going to cruise to the finish line here. If you look at the arithmetic of the parties on the left and the centre, actually it's a really tight race. So I agree with Mr. Joyce there. But look, that's for them to decide. We're focused on running a really positive campaign on the issues, a contest between ideas, and Jacinda's energised and brings a freshness and is ambitious for the future of New Zealand with Kelvin at her side, and that's a really fantastic place for us to be.
Now let's talk a little bit about what this has been bringing in directly to your coffers. You've got some numbers, I think, on how many people are coming forward for volunteering for this, and also on donations. What is the latest that you have?
We've never seen anything like this, Susie, and people that have been around the party longer than I haven't either. We've had over 1,200 people come forward and say they want to be part of this campaign, and many more have been calling into MP's offices and our headquarters as well, offering offers of congratulation. In terms of donations, as soon as the minute after Jacinda took over as leader and Kelvin took over as deputy leader, they started coming in. We're now up to over 300,000, both online and offline, in less than 2 days.
$300,000?
$300,000 in less than 2 days. At peak, it was coming in about $700 a minute. Look, that's really great, and we need every dollar we can get. We still need more money, but I think it's a reflection of the fact that people are seeing something in Jacinda and Kelvin. They're seeing someone that's ambitious for the future, that's not satisfied with New Zealand as it is now, and wants to do better for everyone in the country.
So that $300,000, is that going to be enough to redo the billboards and redo things like the TV campaign as well?
We have to do a bit of that. You'd be surprised how cheap these things are to print these days. The technology's moved on. We're really pleased about the financial situation we're in, but we need more money to fight this campaign.
Okay, it's not a telethon, but I appreciate you getting that in. Let's talk, though, about the new campaign slogan. A fresh approach is gone. Are you able to tell us what is in?
We're working on that literally as we speak. Jacinda said that she was going to take a few days to reassess things, and that's completely normal. We're looking as a campaign team to reassess where we're at, just as Mr. Joyce is reassessing where they're at. We're going to take stock of where we're at. We're going to go through and see what the lie of the land is, and you'll hear an update from us over the coming days and weeks.
Okay, are you going to be concentrating, though, on Jacinda Ardern herself? So for the billboards, for example, is it going to be just her, or is it going to be the team?
We haven't made a decision about that, but Jacinda is our leader. She's a very strong and competent leader, and Kelvin is a very strong and competent deputy leader. It's about party, it's about team, it's about the candidates for the cabinet, but it's also about the leader, and obviously Jacinda is our leader, and she's going to be front and centre.
But how much do you view her as being the one with the really big draw card?
Oh, look, she has a reach and a popularity, and she connects with people. People see something of themselves in her, and the same with Kelvin as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if people really relate to Jacinda and see that she's the reason why they want to get involved with Labour, and then they gives us a chance to look at our policies and look at our ideas and look at our vision for the future and look at the fact that we're not satisfied with New Zealand as it is. We can be so much better.
What about internal polling? Do you have any internal polling yet?
We're doing regular polling. We've got some coming out, I think, next week or something, or the week after.
You don't have any
like
yet?
No, it's only been 2 days, and it's quite difficult to get some numbers in that time.
Haven't even done a snap poll?
No, we haven't done a snap poll, no.
Why not?
Oh, look, because we have a program of polling that we're following, and we're going to stick to that. Closer to the election, we might do more frequent polls, but at the moment, we're gauging the public opinion and the reaction on the ground,
But
the reaction
you're
online.
kind of not gauging the public opinion because you don't have a definitive number on it.
Well, won't it be interesting to see how those numbers fall when they come out? And we'll take a look at it. But
equally, if you'd done a snap poll, then you'd have an immediate sense of what the change was, and then in a few weeks down the line, you'd get a sense of where it was tracking. But you're not going to know that Jacinda effect.
We're gonna know it pretty soon. So our polling company's in the field right now, and it takes a little while to do these things.
When will you expect the numbers?
Oh, look, I think sometime next week or the week after. But I don't.
That's a pretty big time frame. Next week or the week after, you must have a day that you're expecting
we've
this
got
to come in.
51 days till the election. This is we've still got quite a while to go. So look, we're focused right now on getting our campaign sorted, stamping Jacinda's mark and brand on the campaign. We'll look at the numbers when they come in. We'll look at other public polls when they come in as well, and I hope Radio New Zealand does a few so we can look at those, look at your rolling polar polls. We'll look at all that. But at the end of the day, it's about the issues and the policies and Labour values that we're going to portray and push out in the election campaign. We've got some great policies coming up.
Thanks for your time. That's Labour's campaign manager Andrew Curtin, 16-8.
Well, sticking with the upcoming election, yesterday Labour's new Deputy Leader Kelvin Davis told Morning Report that his party was still aiming to win all 7 Māori seats. He said Labour